Hello. We are back. You can see the green tribe filing in behind me, but not quite yet. All right, we're just gonna make our way down. As all of you join us, Green Tribe is about to come to Tribal Council for the first time. So we are going to watch as they file in.
All right, Sorrento tribe, come in, grab a seat. All right, welcome to your first tribal council. Behind you are torches. They're already lit, but as you know, that is the ritual of tribal council. In this game, fire represents your life. Once your fire is out, so are you. I'll start with Rob. So, there's not a lot going wrong for you guys. You won, 6, 7 challenges in a row. So, tell me kind of how that affects your tribe. I mean, obviously you have a lot of good spirits, but maybe you haven't had a chance to test those bonds. How are you coming into this vote?
Yeah, no, I mean, we just from the get-go kind of had a team chemistry going on, and just every time we would approach a challenge, we all thought about it as a team. Kind of played to everybody's strengths and tried to avoid their weaknesses. And I think if you look at us physically compared to some of the other people on the other tribes, I don't think we're necessarily dominant, but I think we just work so well together, and that was kind of the key to us winning those challenges. So I was very happy with how we all performed, and everybody's going to lose sometime. So the fact that we lasted this long was great, and that's kind of how it's been for the last 24 hours.
Alan, a lot of times in Survivor, when a tribe doesn't lose, there's internal strife. There's people that don't get along, and it kind of eats at them, and it erupts and explodes and hurts the tribe. Do you feel like that's something that's happening here? Are there people that you don't get along with? Are there things going wrong with this tribe?
No, and that's the worst part about being here right now is we have to vote somebody out. And I've truly enjoyed my time with everybody here, and I think I'm not even speaking for myself, but for everyone else. Like Rob said, the cohesiveness was there. We're very well together, and to have to vote someone out is not something we really want to do.
Emily, how do you approach this vote? You guys have won a lot of challenges. It's not like you need to worry too much about tribal strength at this point. So what kind of metrics are you using to base your vote on?
Well, I mean, everyone's spoken about cohesion and stuff like that. So this is what could break us apart if the vote was really divisive, or if it was all one thing. This could be what makes it all fall apart. So to avoid that, you might vote a certain way, and then to avoid it again, you could vote another way, I guess.
Okay. Caitlin, how would you describe your night at camp last night? So you had about 12 to 18 hours alone together, bonding. How do you feel like you fit in with the group? How do you feel like it all went for you guys?
I think every single person in this group is so different, and I've learned so much from everyone. And I don't think this is the typical group I would find myself trying to outside of this kind of scenario be with. But in this place, I can't imagine being here with anyone else. Yeah.
Talk a little bit. That's an interesting statement. How do you think that works here? I mean, you said these probably aren't your people outside of this game. How do you make them your people inside this game?
Finding common ground, but also finding where you are different and where you can learn things from other people.
Okay. Damien, you had an interesting night. Tell me about your exile experience.
It was nerve-wracking. I think losing out on a certain amount of that time that you were talking about with the sort of team cohesion was worrisome. But also I was really tired, so I probably would have just slept wherever I was. Then it was interesting to kind of get a window into some of the other team dynamics and make me that much more glad I'm in this team.
Okay. Do you have any idea why you went?
No.
Okay. Jody,
Yes.
what do you feel like you're bringing to this tribe? Why should people keep you around?
Well, I bring life experience, and I don't know. I really feel like I'm a true team player, and I think that we all played to our strengths and weaknesses, and and just respect. A certain amount of respect for everybody here. I sat out voluntarily on a challenge and watched my team kick some ass, and that was pretty cool.
There's been a lot of ass kicking
But
lately.
yeah, so I mean, just I make Alan laugh a lot, and I don't know. I think I'm a good team player.
Nice. Ciara, do you feel like, you guys haven't had a chance to go to tribal? Do you feel like you're in strong alliances right now? Or it's more fluid than
Well,
that?
there's not been a ton of game talk. That's kind of the disadvantage of not going to tribal council. We don't really have excuses to really talk that much games. I feel like we've all made bonds with each other, and I'm not really sure, how this is going to affect us, but it will be good to see where the lines are drawn.
Okay. Chris, you're immune. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Does that change how you approach this? Are you more vocal? Are you trying to push your agenda here?
I think we all feel the same in this situation. We are pretty much a family, and we've come together, and we've worked hard, and we're going to lose one of our family members today, and it's hard.
Do you feel like this vote's going to be unanimous?
I'm not sure.
Not sure. Who here is worried that it could be them? All 8 people. Well, not Chris.
It's tribal council. You don't have a necklace around.
Okay. Does anyone want to speak to what being voted out first out your tribe would feel like? Yeah.
I said it before to all you guys. If it's me, I'd walk out saying good game. That's really.
Okay. Seven people are worried. 1 person's immune. Does anyone have anything else to say to the tribe before we start? You got an eagle. How very fitting.
Vulture.
Oh, all right.
Even more fitting.
Vulture coming for somebody.
I can't see the eagle, sorry. I was going to show the live stream, but okay, yeah. No.
All right. Well, if no one has anything else, we'll get to the vote. Alan, you're up.
All right, and off they go to each vote for the first time. They are making their way down to the voting urn. Once again, we are going to step away, and we're going to have a little chat as viewers and me. So I will go back down to my fun little area, and then we will talk about what we just heard. As always, please feel free to drop any questions in the chat, and I will answer them as we go along. So I'm back to my little area, but I'm staying in the shade. I'm actually going to go around the corner. Pink Tribe still going next, so they are continuing to have conversations in the background. So we will just kind of stay in this corner and stay a little bit quiet. So, all right. So Green Tribe over there, also sounding like they were having a lot of cohesion, kumbaya-ness. Interesting to hear that there was not a lot of excuses to be talking game, particularly Ciara saying, oh, no alliances and not really talking game yet, and she is rumored to be in an alliance. So it is interesting to see who's covering things up and who is not. Let's see what else. So, something I want to say. Emily had a very interesting answer in her tribal council speech, referring to if they want to keep the tribe a certain way, they might be inclined to vote one way, and if they wanted to do it again, they might vote a certain way. And I do not know if that's referring to the struggle between what an alliance wants to do and keeping the numbers for them, or if they want to emphasize challenge strength and continue to try and dominate this game like they have for the most part so far. to me, that makes it sound like that Emily possibly has an alliance, and maybe they're going to vote one way to try and hide that alliance from everyone. Maybe they're going to go with whatever the quote-unquote easy vote is. I have no idea what that would be on this tribe, because again, we haven't seen them yet. So maybe the consensus is that the vote is something Emily doesn't want to do, but because she has a group, she will be doing. I really have not too much of an idea, because I've been trying to stay out of everything, so I'm as surprised as most of you. But it will be interesting. Rob did speak to their cohesion and the way that they are, really strategizing through every single challenge that they do. And that to me is very readily apparent. They are really taking their time, asking their questions, assigning what they think will be the best possible people to each part of the challenge, and clearly it's paid off, because they are only sitting here at the first time today after 3 immunity challenges. In the background behind me, you can see some of the Pink Tribe continuing to make their chats, continuing to strategize. We'll talk more about them in a little bit, because their tribal council will follow the Green Tribes. Looks like Green is still voting. Again, they have all 8 members of their tribe, so their voting will be a little longer. Michael DeLucas says, strong alliances are better than challenge strength. They will be down to 19 people. Yes, and definitely alliance strength is something to consider if you have an alliance to keep strong. Again, a lot of kind of conflicting messages there. Some people acting like they did not have a lot of time to talk game with people. They've been together a lot at their tribe camp with no real reasons to get away aside from water refills and restroom trips. So we will see. We will see how the vote is. Also, discussion of perhaps the vote not being unanimous. Chris alluded to that earlier in his tribal council answer. So we will see. It would be interesting to have a completely split vote, although again, Green seems to be so coordinated and cohesive that, I don't know, I feel like I personally would be surprised if they did not have a unanimous vote here, because it is their first time to go. Which was crazy to me. So Chris is immune this round because he raised the most money and was a team captain yesterday as a result. And I had forgotten that anyone was even immune, because his prize was to be immune at the first tribal council he attended. And here we are, and this is the first tribal council he's attending, with several players already out the door. So he has that immunity, and who knows if he needed it or not? Not me. Okay, looks like we are down to the last person that is voting, so we will head on back to the tribal council area. And again, we will be finding out who the first casualty of the Green Tribe is in a few minutes. Looks like the last player walking up to go vote right now, so we will see. I am super excited to see what happens. Oh, I just stepped on a baby hill and almost just fell. Okay, we're back. All right. Again, here is the Green Tribe waiting for their last person to come back. They do have to stay silent throughout the voting process, although we now seem to be having a little music in the background that was not there in the last tribals. So, nice way to break the silence, but keep the atmosphere going.
All right, I'll go tally the votes.
All right, and with that, Cameron is off to go collect the voting urn. And all of our Green Tribe must just sit and wait and see what will happen. loving to see those messages. We cannot tell the players anything, but we love that you guys are continuing to comment. Again, just a minute or two away from finding out who the first person to be voted off the Green Tribe will be. All right, and here we have Cameron coming down the way with Brandon and the voting urn.
All right. Anybody has a hidden immunity item and would like to play one, now would be the time to do so. Okay, I'll get to the vote. Once the votes are read, the decision is final. The person will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote, Jody. Second vote, Jody. Third vote, Jody. Fourth vote, Ciara. That's 3 votes Jody, 1 vote Ciara. Fifth vote, Jody. Sixth vote. The fourth person voted out of Can You Survive 2021, Jody. That's 5, that's enough. Can you bring me a torch? Can you bring me a torch? I think that one's stuck. Try to grab the middleest one. We'll have to loosen those. Yeah, there you go. All right, Jody. Yep. The tribe has spoken. Thanks, Jody. All right, guys. Well, Emily put it best. You didn't want this
All
vote,
right,
but
so just saw Jody voted out of tribal council. We're gonna keep walking a little ways down, and then we will have last words with Jody, where you will get to hear from her. If you want to stop in that shade patch, because it's cooler there. This looks good. Yeah, right around here is perfect. Okay, Jody, congratulations on playing. We're so sorry to see you go. This is your time to share anything you'd like to share, and then I have a couple questions for you.
I'm totally blindsided. I thought I was a great team player. I minded my P's and Q's. I went under the radar, and I don't know. It looks like people were talking, even though nobody was talking with me. But that's okay. It's a game, and I had a really good time with everybody on the team, and my charity is going to get some money anyway, and I wish my team great luck, and go green, because we kicked some really big booty, and I actually helped them get everywhere they went, so.
Yeah, y'all really did kick some booty, and lots to be super proud of over the course of your 2 days here. What is something that you would say you're most proud of?
Just to be a team player. I mean, to really just communicate with everybody, and the good lucks and the hurrahs, and when you're a strong player, I mean, they're recognizing that, I think that I'm a strong player anyway. I mean, I did the puzzles very well, and I don't think we spoke out of turn, and I don't know, I just,
Yeah,
I didn't expect it, honestly.
Yeah, of course. And so, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. What was your favorite moment of the experience?
My favorite moment was enjoying the victories with the green team, because it was true teamwork that got us where we went. So that was fun.
Absolutely, and you talked about representing a great cause that you have now secured a donation for in your name. Can you please just let the viewers know, as a final thing, all about your charity? Shout it out, whatever you'd like to share.
It's with my North Pond Association. I'm the president of my North Pond Association, and I'm raising funds for restoration and preservation of our lake, the North Pond. and trying to raise awareness for lakes around the state of Maine. Quite a conservation, environmentally minded person, and somehow, so that's my goal was to just raise awareness that Maine lakes are in trouble and everybody should pay attention because tourism is a $3 billion business in it helps the economy $3 billion a year, and if we don't pay attention to our environment, then we're going to lose out on a lot of money. And somehow I think that my charity wasn't as strong as others, and I think that probably had something to do with them booting me out. Just saying.
Gotcha. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to share with us. You too. And I'm going to leave you in everyone's hands, and we're just going to walk away with the live stream. All right. And I'm going to I can't see. Okay, there we go. All right, so Jody, first casualty of the Green Tribe, obviously very disappointed and surprised, total blindside, as she said, and the vote did end up being unanimous, it seems like, as far as the votes that were read, so complete blindside by Jody, and like she said, seems like, people are potentially talking game and just weren't to her, so might be a little more going on in the Green Tribe than was revealed in this unanimous vote, but we will continue to see how it all shakes out. But don't go away, because the Pink Tribal Council will be happening very shortly, and I'm just going to check in here and see when we're getting started to see if we're going to just continue on in live stream or start it all over again, so we'll see. Hey Cam.
Hello.
Hello. Do we know when the Pink Tribe will be coming to their tribal council?
They should be ready to go.
Okay, cool. I'm just trying to figure out if I should
Are you
stop
still on?
the live. Yeah, I'm still on.
I would say stop it, and then they'll get the notification for the new one.
Okay. All
It'll
right.
probably be five-ish minutes.
Okay, so don't go away. Take a quick little break and come right back to your phones or televisions or computers or however you are watching us. We will be back very, very shortly with the Pink Tribe's Tribal Council. And we will see you soon.